For the past several years, the Agribusiness Committee of the Nampa-Caldwell Chambers of Commerce has selected a farm family to honor for their contributions to agriculture, both locally and statewide. In 2009, Christensen Farms of Melba was selected Farm Family of the Year. They farm 9,000 acres of various row crops, raise cattle, and support a growing family. Here's their story.
In 1975, I moved out to Melba and started with 75 acres of sugar beets and started the family. Field of Spuds behind us is Ranger is the variety. They're for processing. They go to J.R. Simplot Company. We raise a lot of corn for the dairies. Our corn, we put up 100 to 200,000 ton of corn silage that goes into the neighbors. And we also raise a lot of peppermint. We still our own peppermint, sell most of it to either Callison or Labby mint, which ultimately goes to toothpaste or gum. Colgate is a big buyer of our mint products. We raise some wheat, not a lot, but also have a lot of hay, raise it for the dairies around close by. We raise a few sugar snap peas.
Travis Christensen, the oldest sibling of the Christensen farms, and farm a lot out here in Melbourne in the Dry Lake area with my family.
And what's your specialty?
Oh, I do a lot. My dad does the farming up here by our houses, and I do everything in Dry Lake, kind of over the water, and I do a lot of the mint distilling over that part of it, and a little bit with the cattle. I'm Justin Christensen. I am the third child, and I actually am kind of separate from my dad and brother. I have my own farm stuff, even though we all do the choppers together, and I actually also do the spraying. I have a spraying business in our business that I do all their custom spraying, and I'm kind of over the choppers is one of my jobs, and during corn harvest, where my brother does the spuds, I take care of all the corn harvest and whatnot, and then I have farms between Cuna and Marsing and below Melba, and I'm kind of over the cows and the ranch part of it also up in Oregon and down by the river. All of my kids have really enjoyed living on the farm, and I knew from the time that they were just little guys that they wanted to farm, so it was kind of easy to say, hey, I need to expand this operation to make it work. And then with the help of my father-in-law, with good neighbors that helped out, and kind of got going and rolling. And remember, I always had kind of a philosophy back, I'll just kind of keep expanding until I'm not comfortable with it. And so with my kids involved, it made it easier, and they're all workaholics, so they like tearing into it. So with them, we just started working and edging up to where we ended up farming close to 9,000 acres. You know, I kind of had a philosophy by watching some of the neighbors when I very first started farming that thought maybe actually a true partnership wasn't the way I wanted to go, but maybe a way if the kids start farming and if they opt to get out sometime. So we kind of have what we call a joint venture, and everybody owns their own equipment, and so they just throw in and we kind of add, figure out how many hours are on tractors or who needs a truck, or and then we try to add things together so everybody can be fair on the amount of equipment that they own. Of course, at first when we started farming, I had most all of it. Now it's starting to switch and turn tables, and the kids are ending up with more than me. We always say our #1 goal that we work towards is to eliminate errors, and it seems like it's virtually impossible to eliminate all the errors and how things might turn out. Or a yield is the #1 thing. Because we're contract growers, we like to have our silage, our corn, our peas, our beets, our beans, potatoes, everything contracted. So we go out after the best crop we can, and if you can get good yields, you'll end up coming out okay. So eliminating errors to make the best crop is what you're after. I think our key is just a lot of hard work and to have fun as a family. Without family, I wouldn't want to do it.
My grandkids, they of course like earning a little money, so if you get one out working in the morning and the other one's at home not earning the money, then it kind of gives them a little motivation to come out, and they tear right into it good. And then there's fun things to do on the side. We like to do horseback riding for part of the family, and part of us like to go water skiing and have different activities. So we say we get the work done and then we can go play a little bit.
The perfect definition of a family farm. Christensen Farms of Melba, Idaho, Canyon County Farm Family of the Year, 2009.